The following is an exclusive presentation of the NCCU Sports Network.
We're here with North Carolina State University head coach Jerry Mack, coming off of a wet win on Saturday over Florida A&M. Just you've had a chance to kind of think about it and maybe look at some film, talk about that game.
Considering the elements, I think it was a pretty good game. We turned the ball over a lot more than I would have liked to turn the ball over, but I was glad to see that the guys fought through adversity. I think the character of our team really showed, on Saturday, as far as us being behind and being able to come back, and also, too, just to defeat the elements and still come out on top with a win. Considering
the elements, take the game out of it if you can. Is that going to be a game that you remember for a long time just because of the weather?
It is. It's probably one of the worst conditions I've ever had a chance to experience as a coach or a player. With the wind and the rain combined, that was the most disturbing thing that I've ever seen in a game. Just a lot of things going on. Slippery ball, hard to throw the ball because of the wind and the rain. Just a lot of things going on.
And it seemed like the weather had a big impact on your offense because quite a balanced team, and you take pride in that. First pass goes off a receiver's hands and is intercepted. At what point did you have to decide, hey, we need to really take a chance throwing the ball again?
I think the second half, we opened up one of those series with a pass down the field to Jalen Wilkes. And when we threw the ball on that particular play, I felt like, okay, I think we can have a chance to throw the ball a little bit more than we did the first half. And we were able to complete some passes coming in that second half. Unfortunately, we had a fumble on a big play to David Miller. But when we got in a rhythm, we got in a groove, Malcolm said, he felt like he could throw the ball. Our receivers were motivated, and they felt like they was going to come up with some big plays. So, we knew then we had to start taking some chances and pushing the ball down the field. We just couldn't be, overly zealous with it.
Not just from this past game, which was a lot of adversity and just a lot of things that didn't go you guys' way, but you still found a way to win. What have you learned about your team through these first three conference games?
A lot. We've been able to be behind and overcome this adversity and come back. We've been ahead and put ourselves in a compromising position where we've had to hold on to a lead, and we've been in a position where we've been able to separate from some people. So we've done a lot of different things, and during the course of these first 5-6 weeks of the season, you couldn't ask for any more adversity for a team to try to overcome. So I feel good about where we're at as a program right now, and where our team mindset is, knowing that whether we're up or whether we're down, we got to continue to play our brand of football, and I think we'll come out on top if we just continue to do that.
In that aspect, what makes this team different from other teams in your first 2 years here?
I think they've grown up faster more than anything. I think the last couple of years, it took a while for that team to really get in a rhythm and to get acclimated to the course of the season and what it was going to take in conference and out of conference. This team seems to adapt to that a little bit faster. We've been able to overcome the adversity at a higher rate and faster probably than the last couple of years.
How frustrating was it? I know the weather was a problem, but you can't change the weather. But as a coordinator, to not be able to get into your system, your rhythm, and do your stuff because of the conditions Saturday.
Well, we were mentally prepared all week. We told the guys and we told the coaches that it's going to be a rainy game, it's going to be a windy game. So just mentally be prepared. I think we started preparing that mindset probably on a Tuesday or Wednesday. So we knew what was going to happen. Now I didn't imagine it was going to be that bad, but at the end of the day, it was what it was, and we were never. We were never worried as coaches, to be honest with you. I think we had 10 yards of total offense the first half. We just went into the locker room and told the team that, just be patient. It's all going to work out. It's all going to come together. And at the end of the day, it did.
It's easy to preach that patience. Like I said, you guys were 10 yards total offense. So you guys have been down at the half or tied at the half. Mm-hmm. The 3-hour lightning delay at Bethune. How have these guys been able just to stay locked in and just stay on course for what the goal is each game, each week, with all these different things thrown at them?
I think we talked about it all the way back to the summertime. We had some goals that we implemented in our summer workouts as far as coming together as a family, staying focused, those types of things. And we constantly preach it probably each and every week throughout the entire summer and fall camp. That has really been big for us because we know it only takes small things to be champions. It's the little things that if you can do them better than other people, that's going to end up making you champions. And those kind of things, to stay focused, we feel like the team that can stay focused in our conference and stay healthy is going to be the team that has an opportunity to win it all at the end of the day.
Speaking of staying focused, and we kind of talked a bit about this a little bit off the record, but you're back home. It's homecoming week. You're playing a team that has one win. It could be easy for you guys to get off course a little bit. Talk about that message this week of staying focused and staying locked in.
We talked to the team about homecoming isn't for them. It's for alum and it's for grads to come back and have a great time. They have opportunity to win a football game and to make everyone proud on homecoming. And that's what our intentions and that's what our focus is. We try not to get caught up too much in all the hoopla. I think our guys understand what's at stake. Just because this team has one win, it doesn't really mean anything. You saw what happened last year. They jumped out 21, 22 points to 0 in the first quarter. So they have a program that is, they beat Bethune-Cookman. They beat one of the powers in the conference. They have a program that's capable of beating anybody on any given day.
Yeah, you put the guys on any kind of restrictions during a week like this?
We just try to talk to them, as a team, try to make sure they understand what's at stake. At this point in time, we still control our own destiny. So I hope that they, take the heed to what I say and make sure that they're not out too late at night, hanging out and doing the things as far as taking care of their body that they need to do.
How much of that do you put on your seniors and your leaders to kind of police each other?
A lot. We expect our senior leadership to take over in this kind of situation. We as coaches can't be in the dorms. We can't be off campus with them. We're not going to be out chasing them down all hours of the night. So we expect them to police each other. And that's what the good teams do. The teams that are really good, they understand, they have a maturity level about them, and their seniors, understand what's at stake, and they try to take control.
Can you kind of elaborate? And we talked about it earlier, too, about Savannah State. When you look at their numbers, 7 points per game, and they're only throwing for like 85 yards per game. That's one thing. But you said that doesn't tell the story. What's the story with Savannah State?
By no stretch of the imagination. You see a more disciplined, more focused coach team. They were able to beat Bethune-Cookman. Like I said, that's their one win. But even against FAMU, they were in the game all the way into the last probably couple of minutes of the game. And that's one thing that I see that is you see the coaching in the team. The coach has done a great job of putting them in a position to be successful. They made some personnel changes on the offense and defense side of the ball. Those guys are trying to put the ball in the hand of their playmakers. They're more creative on offense than I've seen in the last couple of years. And defense, those guys are playing hard, and they're trying to create matchups for their playmakers, which is, that's all about coaching right there.
A couple weeks ago, it was beat Bethune for the first time in 21 years. Last week, it was beat Savannah at home for the first time. Not Savannah, FAMU here for the first time. What's the motivation for this week? Do you change motivation from week to week? I'm sure you can find one each week.
You never want to lose homecoming. You got all your friends, family, and alum coming back to see the performance of the football team, or see the growth of the football team. So that's always probably one of the number one things you never want to do. But second is it's just a regular season football game for us. And in order to have our chances to play for the Celebration Bowl and ever to try to win the outright championship in the MEAC, we have to take it one game at a time. So this game is just as important as any other game. We don't look at the records. We just go out there and try to play our brand of football, and hopefully we can come out on the top end at the end of the game.
Do you get pulled in a lot of directions on a week like this? Alumni, former players back in town, people want to talk to you, shake your hands, take pictures with you, things like that?
No, I'm not as popular as some of our other guys are. But, it's some alumni events that we try to make and just try to make sure we do a great job of marketing our program and make sure understanding to our alums and our fans that how thankful we are that they give us an opportunity to go out there and just cheer on the team on Saturday.
Defensively, 14 tackles for loss, 11 tackles for 14 tackles for loss Saturday. Did you just turn those guys loose? Did you have to say much to them, or they were just getting after it?
Well, the biggest thing from our defensive line, Coach Bradley and that defensive line, they have, like we talked about last week, Jonas, they have a number in mind of sacks and certain tackles for loss our defensive front wants to try to create. They've been playing extremely high level all year. So in order for us to continue to do what we need to do, they know coming each and every week they have to play at that high level. If not, it's going to be very tough. They put more stress on another entity on our team, whether it's special teams or the back end on defensive unit. So they've done a good job of making sure that they take control of our team and they can create penetration and get in the backfield.
What's the biggest improvement on the defense you've seen from, I would say, week 1 to now?
Just of them controlling the line of scrimmage. The first couple of weeks, it was really tough to stop the run, to stop the bleeding, as I'd say. But these last few weeks, I think we've improved our rush defense, which has in turn made our pass defense go up. And now you see our total defense is kind of coming together. We got to continue to reduce the points scored, and that's one of the challenges of our football team is to make sure we continue to try to rise in our conference as number of points allowed. And I think that'll get better as we continue to play.
Savannah run first, pass second, pass first, run second, or balance right down the middle?
It looks to be really balanced right now. They want to make a commitment to running the football, as all good offenses do, but they do have the ability. They play a 2-quarterback system. They have the ability to run with both quarterbacks, so they present some dangerous threats on both sides of the ball. Defensively, they play a little bit more aggressive style of defense. They're doing a great job of getting people to the party, getting more bodies to the box, and stopping the run. So we got our hands full.
Are the 2 quarterbacks, are they 2 guys who with similar skill sets, or 2 guys who do 2 different things well?
I think T.J. Bell, number 11, I think he's a quarterback. He runs the ball really well. He's very nifty in between the tackles. He can create with his legs some. Blake Dever, he's a guy who's a little bit more of a pocket passer, but he's shown the ability to continue to extend plays. So they both have a different skill set, but very similar as well.
So is it harder to prepare for 2 different guys as opposed to just focusing on one guy?
Not really. We're just going to play our brand and our style of defense. We're not going to really focus on trying to stop just the run or just the pass. We just got to make sure that we know they both can do both pretty well. So we just got to make sure that we cross our T's and dot our I's.
We got Freddie in here. You say he's one of the best dressed guys on the team, but somebody's played the last couple of weeks for you guys.
Outstanding. Freddie has really taken control of the defensive end position and understand what our expectation is as far as rushing the passer. He takes pride in rushing the passer, and that's one of the things that has allowed him to be one of the leaders in the conference as far as sacks. Also, too, just playing with a high motor. One of the things that impressed us about Freddie from the get-go is the intensity that he plays with and how he continues to chase the ball. And we tell him all the time, if they continue to hunt and chase the ball, good things going to happen. And he's a product of that.
It's funny you use that word hunt. When I talked to Antonio after the Norfolk State game, so he said the exact same thing. We had to hunt Hankerson. Mm-hmm. Is that the mindset of those 4 guys up there? Hunt until the whistle blows? Well,
we try to make that the whole mindset of the entire defense. We talk about defensively, hit anything that moves. And that's one thing they've done a great job of is flying to the football, getting 11 hats to the football, trying to make sure that we try to create some turnovers. And also, too, when we play bigger people, bigger backs and things like that, it's going to take more than just one guy to have a solo tackle. You're going to take a gang of people to bring a bigger back down. And they have one this week at Savannah State.
Not in related news, I talked to Ryan last night. He spoke highly of the staff here and preparing him for the next level. He said, you guys really gave him a lot of confidence and showed him a lot of tips and tools to be ready for the NFL. When you hear a guy say that, and say he was prepared here by you guys, just kind of talk about that a little bit, how that makes you feel as a coach and the coaching staff.
I think it makes us feel proud, but I also think it's a compliment to the entire league. I think it's some quality coaches in the MEAC conference. I think our staff is extremely qualified and extremely knowledgeable. And to see a young man go on to a higher level and get that coaching at that level, and then to say, our coaching here at North Carolina Central is very comparable, I think it speaks highly not only for us at North Carolina Central, but amongst the entire MEAC as well. So I'm hoping that Ryan Smith is just kind of a representation of the quality of players and the quality of coaching throughout the entire conference.
And he could have easily been like, I wish I had more playing time. I wish this was happening. But he was like, no, I'll be patient. I'm waiting. Does that sound about right for Ryan?
Yeah, great young man, great kid. He always was humble here. I'm sure nothing has changed in his mindset. And he's going to get his opportunity. We feel really confident that when he gets that opportunity to shine, he's going to make the most of it.
The last couple of weeks, you've had a lot of tackles behind the line of scrimmage, a few sacks. What's been working for you and clicking for you just the last couple of weeks?
Patience. A lot of patience, too, because football, you just can't. Because when I started playing, my first game against St. Aug, I'm just pin your ears down and go. That's me. Because Bradley tell me, Fred, take your time, play the run first. If you stop the run, the pass is going to come to you. So I said I learned how to play the run, and after I did that, things started coming my way.
On defense, like I said, Coach mentioned the hunt, and I've heard Antonio mention it before, and you said things similar to it. How competitive to you guys at the end of the play? You want to look around, you want to see 10 more hats around the ball?
Yeah, we always on it, like especially the D-line. We sit down there, we make bets. Who's going to get the most TFLs today? So it's very competitive in the room, and Coach Bradley makes it like that. And he set a number of sacks that we got to get to before the end of the season, so we actually trying to get to that number so we can accomplish a goal.
Coach Mack wouldn't tell me the number. You supposed not to say?
Nah, not yet. I mean, we're going to get it, but
you can't say what it is.
I can't say what it is.
Okay. I asked Coach Mack about this too. Homecoming week, you're a senior. Is it easy to get distracted and get pulled in all different directions with so much going on a week like this?
Nah, I mean, I've already just seen and done it all, so it's more like I'm more focused on the game and winning. I mean, people went out last night, but at the same time, it's like, yo, you all need to focus up. Like, at the end of the day, we got to win the game. We have to. That's our purpose. Homecoming, like Coach Mack said, is for alumni and students. We're not regular students, so we have to get our mind right for what's in front of us.
Do you have to, as a senior, do you have to police a lot of the younger guys?
Yeah, definitely. Have to, because younger guys don't really know. But I mean, I was once like that, so can't really tell.
When in football you form a brotherhood with your teammates, and you actually have a brother on the team. What's that like for you to play with your brother there? My
brother's my greatest. He inspires me a lot. I mean, we both pharmaceutical science majors, and that's really tough playing football too, like making time and for watching film and practice. So with him on the team, he gives me a prep talk every time before the game. And that prep talk is like, it's what drives me to do what I do on the field. He really gets to the deepest part of my heart, and which brings out the animal in me. So I'm really glad he's on the team with me. Really happy.
This has been an exclusive presentation of the NCCU Sports Network.